again, sis? Marika, right? Marika. Okay. Get Nehemiah 8 and 8. So what we do is, as you can see out here, unlike the Christian church, Catholic, Jehovah's Witness, we don't have any money out here. The reason we out here is because we love our people, and we trying to give them the true understanding of what's really going on in this Bible, Marika.
Right.
Right? So read that.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 8, verse 8. So they read in the book, in the law of God distinctly.
So we're reading real, we're making it easy to be understood. You know what I'm saying? When you go to your church, you hear like words being brought out and stuff like the Holy Ghost. You got to have the blood of Jesus. Oh, you got to be righteous. But our people really don't know what those things mean. You understand? They still don't understand what's going on in this Bible. So this is what we're doing. Read it again.
So they read in the book, in the law of God, distinctly, and gave the sense, and caused them to understand the reading.
So that's what we're doing for our people. That's what we're doing for the 12 tribes of Israel, sis. We're causing you to understand what's really going on in here. You understand? Was you born and raised in Miami? Like, was you born and raised, let's say, all right, so was you born and raised like in the ghetto, or like I was, like we were? Like you see, wherever, when you think of a ghetto, when you think of slums, projects, barrios, reservations, you think of our people. You don't see Chinese ghettos. You don't see Arab ghettos.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You don't see Arabic or Japanese ghettos. You think of our people. This is how we know that the Bible's talking about us.
Right.
Watch this. Let's get Isaiah 3 and 12. Because you'll see this. You'll see it on WorldStar. You'll see it on Facebook. You'll see it on Instagram. All the social media. The Bible actually speaks about all these things. It speaks about our people. And we're going to bring that out right now. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. Our people laugh at the condition of our people. The fact that our mothers are out there acting out, our fathers, our brothers are all selling drugs and thinking it's cool and rapping about disrespecting women and calling them bees and hoes. We're the only nation of people that do that on this earth.
Right.
You don't see Arab music videos where they degrade their women.
Right.
You don't see the other nations do that. Watch this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 12.
Look it up.
As for my people.
So God says, as for my people, because God has a certain people. And you are that certain people, sis. You're from the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
You are that certain people. You are a daughter of Zion, a precious princess of Israel, sis. So he said, as for my people, let's see what God got to say about his daughters.
Children are their oppressors.
Children are the ones that oppress us. Why? Those children are those 12-year-olds, those gangbangers, those Bloods, those Crips, right? Because our old men are doing what? They ain't doing nothing but complaining on the side. We don't have any leaders. They're all locked up. You know, the leaders the so-called leaders we have are all sellouts. They do nothing for our people. You understand? They don't teach us our history. They don't teach us who we are. You know what I'm saying? The pastors don't do nothing for us. They taking our money, and we don't even understand the Bible at the end of the day. They're stealing our money from our aunts, our grandmothers. They've been doing it for decades. And we still don't understand this Bible. So he said, as for my people, children are their oppressors, meaning they are the ones that are destroying the communities. Read.
And women rule over them.
And women rule over these children. That's why you see so many fatherless homes. It's not a coincidence. Women rule over these children. And let's see what they do.
O my people, they which are led thee, cause thee to err.
So the women that lead those children, that think they're strong, independent black women, you understand? This strong, independent black woman thing started in the 70s. The same time they started putting the pants on. Because before the 70s, you would see like the Bill Cosby show. What's the other one with, what's the one with Jefferson, George Jefferson? It was always, Good Times. You will always see a mother and a father at the house. But they stopped those, they cut those sitcoms off. You understand? And now they have shows like Empire. Shows where you never see a father is always out of the equation. You see it in the commercials. They don't want the men in the households. This is by design, sis. This is not a coincidence. They want to, the other nations want to uplift the black woman and make her believe that she's a strong black woman and she don't need no father in the house. They want them to believe that. Not only that, how do they help the situation of causing fatherless homes, sis? Because when they give you welfare, SSI, food stamps,
Right.
the mother is now like, I don't need you, nigga. I can go to the government and get my money. So it's easier for me to kick you out the house.
Right.
Nowadays, you have to put the man on child support. Just
Right. You see what I'm saying? They're like, run. Exactly, sis. That's not a coincidence. Because our sisters don't understand our men are being destroyed.
Right.
It's not easy for us to get, and it's not easy for y'all neither.
Right.
But the thing is, the system is designed to help y'all out so that we could destroy, they could destroy the men.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Read that again.
O my people, they which led thee cause thee to err.
Those which lead thee, those that lead the children right now are causing them to err. That's why you see so many gay or effeminate black men growing up. This
Right.
was never like that in the 90s, in the 80s. You would never see this. This is a new epidemic that's going on right now because the mothers are leading those children, so those boys are taking on the actions and the emotions of their mothers.
Right.
Because the strong black independent woman believes that I don't need no man. You don't hear about no Arab woman saying, I'm a strong independent Arab woman. I'm a strong independent Japanese woman.
Right.
That's madness. That is madness, sis, but it's by design. Read.
And destroy the way of thy paths.
And they destroy the ways of our past. Get Isaiah 32:9. And you know what? Our women here in America, because they're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of God, guess what they are? They're comfortable here.
Right.
They're comfortable because they put their trust in the government. They put their trust in these religions, in like Christianity, Catholicism, everything that our oppressors, our enemies gave us. They are comfortable in that situation. Read that.
Isaiah 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women.
It's talking about wake up. He's saying to the so-called Jamaican, African American, wake up, you women. Wake up. He's
Right.
only talking to the daughters of Sarah. Wake up.
That are at ease.
That are comfortable. Wake up, you women that are comfortable, that are at ease.
Hear my voice,
And listen to what God has to say. Read.
ye careless daughters.
Because our daughters are careless. That's why you seeing what they doing out here. What are they doing? They on World Star fighting pregnant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kicking each other in the stomachs. Our abortion rates in the so-called black and Hispanic and Latino neighborhoods are the highest in the world. Because our women don't know that. Talk Planned Parenthood, all these little offices that they got.
Right.
It's by design, sis, because we're not being taught. Your pastor ain't gonna teach you this.
Right.
This is all by design. They say that, you know what they say, that the most dangerous place for a black child to be at, you know where they say that is? Where's the most dangerous place for a black child to be at? Or to live at? Huh? In the stomach of a black woman. That's sad, sis. You gotta think about that, right, America? America. You understand that? So you gotta continue to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
You understand? Right now, we only brought out a couple. Like, I'll give you another one. Get Jeremiah 10. Because this is another custom that our women are real comfortable and at ease with following. Because they're not following the Bible.
Right.
And the pastor ain't teaching them this. So guess what's going to happen? They're not going to be at peace. And when the Bible says you're not going to be at peace, that means you're going to lose your job. You're going to have car issues. You're going to have money issues. You're going to have relationship issues. These are all curses that God puts on you. You can mess around, catch a disease. You get what I'm saying? These are the you don't know how God is going to bring the curses. You understand when he says that you're not going to be at peace? You don't know how the curses are going to come. Read that.
Jeremiah 10 and verse 1.
Read that.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
So
Right.
the Bible is only for you, sis. You are an Israelite according to the Bible by blood.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Don't learn the way of the heathen. Guess the heathen means of these other nations, like the Caucasians, Arabs, Japanese. Don't learn their ways. They're the ones that taught us Christianity, Catholicism, Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventists, Baptists. They taught us all this, but they didn't teach us the truth according to the Bible. Read that.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Read.
For the customs of the people are vain.
So the customs, your birthday, that's the #1 satanic ritual. When it's in the satanic Bible, that's their #1. That's the #1 holiday. Satanists that Satanists make sure that they keep every year.
Right.
The birthday was never in the Bible. Only time it was in the Bible was when the other nations were keeping their birthdays, like the Egyptians. You understand? The Caucasians and King Herod, when they cut. You know the story about John the Baptist? They severed his head on an Edomite's birthday, on a so-called white person's birthday. Anytime you hear about birthdays coming up, there's something evil happening to our people when birthdays are being brought up in the Bible.
Right.
The prophets never celebrated their birthday. Matter of fact, in Job 3:1. Hold that though. Because we're gonna show you not just birthdays, but there's another one that they're not telling you about. Because we don't read the Bible. We don't, not only when we go to church, we expect for the pastor to teach us the truth in that Bible, not knowing that all he is making $1 and $1 off of our people.
That's right.
It's just a business. He's there to get the money. There's a lot of people that get kicked out of churches for not tithing.
Right.
Read that.
Job chapter 3 and verse 1. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born.
No, he said, let's celebrate that day. This is a prophet Job, sis. You heard that? This is your daddy right here.
Job?
Prophet Job, yeah.
J-O-B?
J-O-B, yes, sis. And he was perfect. Get 1 and 1. And he was perfect. He never did anything wrong. If he would have kept his birthday, this Bible that was written about him would have never said that he was perfect. But he didn't keep his birthday. Read that.
Job 1 verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz.
This is talking about your father, a black man. We can read that also, how Job was a black man, sis.
Right.
Whose name was Job. And that man was perfect.
He was what?
Perfect.
All right, go to 3 and 1. Read that again.
Job 3 verse 1. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day.
He cursed his birthday. He cursed his day, means the day that he was born. Read.
And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born.
Meaning, I'm not going to celebrate that day. You understand? Jeremiah cursed his day as well. You're never going to see anywhere in this Bible where your forefathers celebrated a heathen custom called birthdays.
Right. That's right.
Read Jeremiah 10 and 2.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 2.
Look it up.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Don't learn what these other nations done taught you. As far as astrology, all that Libra and all that, that's witchcraft, sis.
Right.
All of that is witchcraft. Our people don't know that. Anybody ever ask you what's your sign? You say, I don't mingle with witchcraft.
Right.
I fear God. I know God done taught me that astrology is witchcraft.
That's right.
We ain't learned that in the Bible. That's of the devil, sis. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
See that? Don't be trying to look at the stars and the sign. What they call that? Yeah, what's my horoscope say today? Sis, that's mingling with the devil, I'm telling you. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
So let's see another custom that they keep.
For the customs of the people are vain.
Meaning it's a sin to try to do this custom. Let's see.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Somebody just cut a tree out of the forest. Let's see what this custom is about.
The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
So they got an axe and they went into the forest and they cut a tree down. Let's see what they about to do with this tree.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Did you hear that, sis? Did you hear that? Say it again. They what?
They deck it with silver and with gold.
They deck it with silver and gold.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
So they make sure that they fasten it in their house, right? They deck it with silver and gold to make sure it doesn't fall over. What custom do you know that we do that today?
Bring it out.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, huh? Exactly, sis. God just said that's an evil thing.
That's right.
It's no coincidence you see a lot of these trees turning the whole house into a flaming inferno.
I'm very sorry to report 12 New Yorkers are dead, including one child as young as 1 year old. There are 4 people critically injured who are fighting for their lives, other serious injuries as well.
It's the deadliest fire in the city in at least 25 years, taking the lives of a dozen people during a bitterly cold night in the Belmont section of the Bronx on Prospect Avenue near 185th Street.
They started to get everybody out, but people were on the fire escape already trying to get down on their own. That's how fast it was moving. People were screaming, and that's how we knew it was trouble, because people were screaming, fire, hell, fire, hell.
The fire broke out just before 7 o'clock. Firefighters arrived within minutes and began battling the flames and heavy smoke that consumed the block.
Fire started on the first floor, quickly spread upstairs into this building, 5-story building with 25 apartments. People died on various floors of the apartment.
Despite the best efforts of firefighters to revive those at the scene, it was too late for many.
This tragedy is without question historic in its magnitude here, and our hearts go out to every family that lost a loved one here and everyone that's fighting for their lives.
And right now, fire officials say it is still too early to determine the cause. In fact, that part of the investigation is just getting started. Firefighters are still carefully searching the building for any more possible victims. Reporting live in the Belmont section of the Bronx, Valerie Castro, CBS 2 News.
All right, they died trying to celebrate Christmas because the Christmas tree, nobody knows how it caught on fire. Because God sent a curse over there because he said, that's not my tradition.
Right.
That's not my custom.
Right.
You ain't going to find nowhere in the Bible where Jesus Christ was born December 25th. You're not going to see that. But you got all these little songs because they play on your emotions. That's what they do, sis. They play on your emotions. Oh, it's for the kids. We don't think about it that way. Hell no. We ain't going to mingle with that. Because we know God says if we break his laws, he will forget our children.
Right.
He will destroy our children. Get Hosea 4:6. You're gonna see that we lack these laws, sis. Our people, it's a reason why we destroyed in the ghetto, slums, and hoods. Why we the only ones doing what we do, rapping the way we rap, singing the way we sing, blonding our hair. Our women are destroyed, weaving their hairs all out.
Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. What do you think that knowledge is that they lack, Sister Mary? Huh? The Bible, the laws of the Bible, because they don't keep them. You understand? It takes more. It takes more than just to know the Bible. What must we do once we learn the laws in the Bible? What do we have to do? There you go. That's right. All praises. You got to apply them to your life. It's no good and no use of you walking away tonight after you heard all of this and not putting a dress on, not putting fringes a border of blue, not getting in contact with us, not letting anybody know, just keeping it to yourself. Yeah, these brothers was teaching me earlier. But if you don't apply it, it's no use. It takes more than just knowing. You have to apply what the Bible says, what God says. Read that.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
You see that? Because we reject God's laws, God says that he's not going to be with us during our hard times. Even when we think we're doing good, God ain't with us. The bad days will come. Read.
I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
Go ahead.
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
So don't forget what we done told you, okay? Don't forget what we told you. This is super important. It says it's a matter of life and death. Read.
I will also forget thy children.
Who?
Thy children.
You see that, sis? So you don't want to teach them Christmas. We just read that's an abomination according to God.
Right.
You don't want to keep your birthday. We read that's an abomination unto the Most High God.
Right.
You understand? There's a lot that you have to learn. There's a lot more. You understand? You can be reborn. Exactly. How are we reborn? How do we become born again?
How do you become born again?
Yeah, how does when the Bible talks about us being born again, what are we supposed to do? Huh? By waking up, and then what? Applying what? That's the only way you're born again, right? That's the only way. Read that.
Psalms 119 and verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways.
So the Bible's written in masculine text. It's talking to the daughters of Zion too. How can a young woman change her ways? Read that.
wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his ways.
So how does somebody clean? How do you clean your ways? Because our minds are dirty right now. Our minds are full of the filth that they've taught us. What's some of the filth that they taught us, according to God?
Birthdays.
Right. What else?
Dressing as a man.
Right. Right. Christmas, right? Right. Not keeping. Yeah, not keeping the Sabbath day. All praises. So you retaining the information, sis. All praises. All praises. Okay, read that.
By taking heed thereto, according to thy word.
So you take heed. You apply the commandments of the Most High God. That way, you ever heard when they told you practice makes perfect? You ever heard somebody say that to you? If there was ever something you was trying to achieve, whether you wanted to study for a test and they told you, hey, if you practice to study on this test, you'll get an A, you'll get a 100, it'll be perfect, right? Well, we can be perfect according to God, sis. Don't ever let nobody tell you cannot be perfect.
Right.
Get Psalms 19 and 7.
Read up.
We're going to show you that the law is what makes you perfect. Right. You converting your mind. No longer being destroyed like the rest of our people that are walking in darkness. They think they doing things. They think it's right, but it's not.
Psalms 19, verse 7.
Read.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
That's how you get perfect, sis.
Converting the soul.
So that's our checklist. You keeping that law. You keeping that law. You understand? I'm like, hey, I know that destruction is coming here to America, and I ain't playing with God.
Right.
All that stuff with Kim Jong-un and Russia, Korea. You understand? That's, hey, you remember when we talked about the day of the Lord's sacrifice? When Christ comes back, he's not coming the way he did when he came and died on the cross.
That's right.
He's coming to kill, sis. This is what your church won't show you. You understand? Get Zechariah 14 and 12. I'm going to show you how serious this Bible is and why these pastors are playing around with this Bible. They ain't teaching us this. And this is in the Bible. You understand? This is future prophecy. You ain't got to go to no revelations and all that.
Right.
You can go to the milk and understand, wow, hey, judgment is coming.
Right.
You understand? Judgment is coming. Read that. Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. I'm going to show you how ugly this place is going to be. And it's going to be, who's it going to be ugly to, sis? Who's going to be destroyed? Those clothes with strange apparel? Those, you know, the sisters walk around with leggings and pants. You know, leggings used to be, that was underwear, sis, that they would wear under the dresses, our foremothers. Now they think it's okay because, now you good. Now our sisters, our mothers, they think it's okay to have their booties out. They think it's okay to twerk on Facebook. You understand? Because they want more followers. They want more likes. You understand? Those people, this is what's going to happen to them.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people.
So this is the plague. This is going to be the judgment that's going to come to America. All the people, read,
that have fought against Jerusalem.
They fighting against the Bible, Israel. They fighting against the laws. You understand? They don't want to keep the laws. Read.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Hey, bro, did you get a flyer before you left? You got one? All right. Hey, get in contact with us if you got any questions. Read it again from the top.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people.
You know what it means to smite? To hurt or to kill. You understand, sis? This is going to be the plague. Remember, there was plagues in Egypt. Well, this is going to be the plague that's coming to America, sis.
That have fought against Jerusalem.
Read.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
What's something that can consume flesh while you stand on your feet, sis? Huh? Acid, right? Fire, sis. Nuclear fire. You understand, sis? It's coming to America. Read that.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
You hear that? Your eyes, you ain't even going, your body ain't even going to land on the ground. Those people that are in the midst of sin, those women that are comfortable, those men that are comfortable You understand? That don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They want to keep trusting in their churches. You understand? They want to trust in their pastors. They don't want to trust in God's commandments. They want to trust in men. You understand? We can't trust in these other nations. You got to come back and trust in God.
Right.
So that you could be saved from this destruction that's going to come, sis. Because it's a serious matter. You got to change your ways and be a new creature. You understand? Read.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
That means your tongue is going to evaporate, disintegrate. It's going to be vaporized from the heat, the fire that's going to be so hot that there's not going to be anything that's going to be able to withstand this, sis. Say again? Say again? No, we won't. When that's talking about fire. When it talks about your eyes being consumed, your flesh being consumed, that's talking about fire, nuclear destruction, sis. You understand? That's the plague that's coming to America. Get Luke chapter 1 and verse 68. Absolutely. Not the whole city, the whole nation. The whole nation. Right. That's right, sis. Complete, utter destruction. For those that don't want to follow the commandments of the Most High God.
That's right.
You understand, sis? So if you want to be saved from that destruction that's coming, guess what? The United States Army isn't going to save you. The Navy, the Marines, nobody's going to save this place.
Right.
You understand, sis? Yeah, Luke 1 and 68.
The book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people.
So who was the Lord's people, sis? Israelites. You, right? I want you to say me. That's what I want you to say, sis. Me. I'm the Lord's people, because I'm from the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
Read that.
And have raised up an horn of salvation for us.
He raised up black Jesus that you see right there on the end there. You understand? He raised up his only begotten son to die only for Israel. Read.
In the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets,
Read.
which have been since the world began,
Right.
that we should be saved.
Sis, are you saved? Are you saved? Are you saved?
Yeah, I believe so.
Sis, you are not saved, sis. You are not saved, and we're proving it right now. The only way you're going to be saved is if you're what? You're born again. Meaning that you convert, you change your mind, and you start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? We're still destroyed by our enemies. We're not saved. Read that. Read that, 71.
That we should be saved from our enemies.
So who do we need to be saved from? Who's the one that is shooting us in the streets and we're not getting justice? Who's the one that has us in these ghetto slums and prisons locked up? Who has us in that? Huh? Just say it, sis. The Caucasians, the Arabs, the Japanese, the other nations.
Right.
Those are enemies, sis. You understand? They're the one teaching us to break the commandments. And trying to play on your feelings and make it look like it's a nice thing to do. Oh, hang this tree up. Oh, give gifts for your children. Right. Oh, a birthday. Just bake a cake. You'll be okay. Not knowing that they all have demonic origins.
Right. Right. Right.
You understand, sis?
Bring it out. They got us killing each other.
Get Deuteronomy 7 and 26. What's your question, sis?
I said they got us killing each other.
Exactly. Absolutely. So the only way to come out of that mindset is to what? Is to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because our brothers that are killing each other, right? They don't know. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Thou shalt not kill.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 26. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thy house, lest thou be a cursed thing like it, but thou shalt.
Yeah, read it from the top.
Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house.
Now, he told you earlier what an abomination was, right? Something that disgusts God.
Right.
Something that's repulsive in his sight. Like a man wearing a dress that's a cross-dresser. Or a woman wearing pants or leggings, something that's not modest. That's what's disgusting to God. You understand? Whatever's disgusting to him, he gonna clean it up with nuclear fire.
That's right. He
gonna clean it up with nuclear fire, sis. I hope it's hitting home, because we love you and we don't want to see you be consumed. Right. You understand? Not only that, you can pass on the word. You understand, sis? Read that.
Lest thou be a cursed thing like it,
So that's what it's talking about. If you bring an abomination, I'll give you an example, right? Like a Christmas tree. You bring that into your house. That's an abomination. You understand, sis? Decorations for New Year's, a fake false New Year's, right? Birthdays. These are all abominations. You understand, sis?
Right.
Read that.
But thou shalt utterly detest it.
You should utterly detest it. You should be like, damn, what God hates, sis? Do you love what God loves? Huh, sis? So does he hate Christmas? Does God hate Christmas? So do you hate Christmas? You better mean that, sis. You better not celebrate that thing, because we reading the judgment in the Bible. Okay, sis? All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, sis.
And thou shalt utterly abhor it.
And you should utterly abhor. Abhor means to hate. You should utterly abhor everything that they taught you. Right now, you should be mad as hell, sis. You should be mad as hell. When I first heard this, I was mad as hell. I've been taught all these lies. They done set me up to kill myself. Right. This whole time I thought I was doing good things by God, but I was on a suicide mission. Right. Come on, sis. All those things that we're doing is a suicide. We killing ourselves, not even knowing it, that we disrespecting the creator of the earth. Right. The one that's watching our every move, that has every number on your head counted. Right. That knows every move you make.
Bring it out.
That's watching you right now. You understand, sis? You should be mad as hell at these lies. You was like, why they teach me this? And guess what? You was going to teach them to your children and continue the cycle. Because that's where our mothers, we learned that from our parents. Because they was blind. Because they didn't know these laws. And it continues as a cycle. As long as they continue to play on your emotions. You just continue the cycle, sis. We got to break those chains. We got to break that cycle. No longer call ourselves Jamaican, West Indian, African American. We got to call ourselves Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, all down the charts, sis. Right. This is our God-given names. When it comes to your nationality, wouldn't you want to know, what does God call me? Right. Wouldn't you want to know that? What does God call me? Wouldn't that be more important? You understand? So don't leave your true heritage and custom for what men have been teaching us all throughout our childhood. Our whole childhood was a lie. Everything we learned from age day one all the way up, sis, everything was a lie, sis. You should be offended. You should want to seek the truth now and be like, damn, these brothers are teaching me things I never heard in the Bible. They're correlating it with my history. You understand, sis? So now it's high time that we awake, sis, that we start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, sis?
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.